Okay. Let's move on to all this because Comic-Con was this week and it was a lot of announcements.
Comic-Con blew my mind, and I'm still trying to bring back the brain pieces into my head. I'm going to start off with some of the ones that are too important to me. They talked about Wonder Woman 1984. All right? They didn't give too much about it. They showed things here or there. It looked good. All right? That was awesome. All right? What really blew my mind is DC blew me out of the water, and DC needed this. And in my book, they needed to do something that was drastic and right to the punch. Like, hey, look what we're doing to our franchise. All right, they released the Shazam trailer. All right, Shazam. All right, after watching it a couple of times, I get your point with the costume suit and how fake
it looks like it's gonna be good. It's just the costume looks strange.
But the reason why it looks strange is because from the comics. If any of you have read Shazam,
I've seen the comics.
That's why it looks like that. Yeah, that's why it
looks
like that.
I don't know. It's just looks plastic.
From what I've read, and what I talked to from one of my comic book friends, that they said that it is as close to the comics as it's going to be from from this movie, and that's what makes me very excited. They released a Fantastic Beast 2 trailer.
Yes, looks really good.
Which I haven't yet watched the first one.
It's good. It's good.
Now, what blew me out of the water, and I mean blew me out of the water, and no pun intended, was Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman really cool. Looked amazing, and I can't.
There's a lot of mixed thoughts about this.
Okay, so
hold up. There's not mixed thoughts. There's the Marvel fanboys who shit on every DC movie made, no matter what. And then there are people like, "Hey, it looked pretty good."
But I hear the main villain looks just like the comics.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Mantis looks exactly like Mantis.
The only problem that's kind of turned me off, and I'm probably gonna go see this anyway, but his intro in Justice League kind of pissed me off because the whole thing in Justice League was like, "How cool I look! I'm a biker." I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna strangle you."
What? I don't remember.
I'm gonna strangle you.
No, his character was great in the comics, dude. I mean, in Justice League, his character is great in Justice League. He's the only good character.
Yeah, but
I'd just like to point out, Justice League was pretty freaking entertaining. That whole fight with Superman was dope as hell.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Kicked their ass. When the Flash runs by him, like, oh, I'm gonna mess Superman up, and then Superman just looks at him, and the Flash is like shitting himself because
no, that was good.
I'm like, dude, you're done. You're so done.
Well,
that was all cool.
I think Aquaman's gonna be great, and Aquaman is what the DC universe needs right now.
No,
they made the underwater scene look like good. Like, I don't know how they did it, but it makes them look like they're underwater.
I think
they're probably not.
No, of course not.
They're not.
What really is going to make me really and I'm going to use the word because I know Grim loves this word, fanboy out of my head right now is Godzilla King of Monsters. The Godzilla trailer looks epic. Like, it's not just one freaking person; it's many different people.
Word in a while.
Epic.
Yeah,
it's great. It's if you watch the trailer, you get the three-headed king. I can always mispronounce his name every freaking time. Ghidorah. You get Mothra, and then you get a flying monster named Rodan.
Yeah.
My only problem I have with that entire thing is not the trailer itself, because the trailer looks great. It's these. I saw nothing but articles talking about that chick from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
In the movie.
You know, that threw me off too.
I don't care about her. The cool, she's in the movie. The movie's about Godzilla. Stop focusing on her. No one's going to see her. They're going to see Godzilla and hope there's some good actors around the Godzilla stuff. So why not tell me about, like, I opened an article, it was like, check out the new Godzilla trailer. It had a link to Stranger Things and a link to a video of her in it, and no Godzilla trailer. I'm like, what the heck has it got to do with her?
Oh no. Okay, so besides that, what did everybody think of the trailer? This trailer, when I watched this Godzilla trailer, I was blown away.
I was blown away just seeing
before it even started, dude. When he spit out the fire, I was like, yeah.
Oh.
When I saw the three-headed dragon King Ghidorah come in, I'm like, yep, I'm sold.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it looks great. The only thing I'm concerned about is, even though it was the King Kong movie, I thought the King Kong movie was supposed to be connected to this.
I think it still could be.
King Kong's going to be in it. They're just messing with you. King Kong's
but that movie was based in the 50s. This is definitely not the 50s.
No, let me
It
explain.
doesn't have to be connected.
Yeah, let me explain. to you
But then
exactly
they won't be
what
able to have the other
movie is,
actors in it.
And you can take
Oh,
this
King
to the
Kong has a
bank,
DeLorean.
okay?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
At the
Keep scrolling down.
beginning of the movie, we'll have Godzilla fight Rodan, whatever that the little
Pterodactyl
turtle looking
thing.
guy. But somewhere in the beginning of the movie, maybe 20 minutes in, he'll fight and kill that thing. And the whole end of the movie will be him, Mothra, and King Kong fighting King Rodan. That's what's going to happen because Mothra has always been on the good side. She's been on Godzilla's side multiple times throughout the movies, and King Kong is going to be on his side because they don't want you to King Kong's not a bad guy, so they're going to have him on his side. The only one that might not be on his side is that other one, so they might have that as like a creature that they fight midway through the movie before the other guy, the three-headed dragon. But those three are going to fight the three-headed dragon together.
I can tell you the visuals look great.
Oh no, most
All in the
definitely.
water, where it's like showing it is really neat.
At least that's my guesstimation of what they're going to do, unless they drag it out so that you can have a thing with what's his name?
They announced a couple
King
other
Kong
things
versus
too.
Godzilla.
I mean, like I said, it's what those are the things that really popped when I saw it. Like they announced that they had another season for the Flash. They announced the Gifted, another season that the Lego Movie 2. And there's little things that didn't.
Orville official trailer was released.
What's that? Orville, yep.
Looks amazing. Next season.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
wouldn't
little
say
things
amazing.
that
It looks good, but
there's little things that really stand out more to me than anything. Like all right, look, who watches Supernatural? Who watches Supernatural here?
God no.
Okay, nobody. Okay, I watched up to season 3 at least, but the problem I have now is I watched this trailer for Supernatural and I realized how ridiculous they have gone just off of trailer for a season that's so far out that I'm nowhere near. Like I'm watching it and they're saying like hell is coming up with these portals. And then all of a sudden he has demon eyes, and all of a sudden demon eyes turn to angel eyes, and he goes, "What if we didn't have to fight the demons and they'd stay down in hell and we don't have to fight them anymore? Could that be possible?" And he's like, "It is." I'm like, "What the what?" I'm like, "No,
That
stop
show
it."
went off the rails years ago, and just, I don't know what the fan base is still so big for some
What was
reason.
the other show we were talking about before he pulled us off the rails on this?
Dumb fan base.
We were talking about Orville.
Yeah,
Gifted.
Orville. All right, I like the Orville. I think the show is funny. I cannot deal with a few things. One, that freaking chick. I know she has superpower and super strength, but she doesn't sell it. When she's running, she looks ridiculous.
Oh,
When she's
yeah, the
punching,
little girl.
She looks ridiculous. You got to have someone who doesn't look like an idiot when they do these things. I mean, and I'm not saying you can't have a strong woman, but like his co-captain, the chick, what's her name?
Yep.
She looks more like a fighter than the chick who's supposed to be the lead of the fight.
She was great in Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah, that's right.
what,
She was
like,
in that too.
the agent of what was it? Like her name's like First Lieutenant Kataryn or whatever. She just doesn't come
Hey,
off
Oxy.
as tough, and she doesn't play it right when she has those scenes. That episode where she was running through the fire thing at near the end of the last season, I'm
Yeah.
sitting there laughing. I'm like, she looks like a girl who's never done athletic stuff in her entire life. Can we get a real athletic
but-
chick on here?
But Orville does something great the original Star Trek did, which was cover like topics like political and like social like topics in our modern era of how ridiculous they are, and shows like how it can change and fix things. Like that's what they do, and they do it with comedy too.
Yeah.
And they all throw it together, and it's really well done.
And some of the other stories was that they're talking about Super Troopers 3 in the work.
Yeah, that's
And-
just.
all right, look.
I was impressed. Super
What
Troopers
do you
2.
mean? Oh, hold up. Super Troopers 2 was hilarious.
All right,
Yeah,
all
it
right,
was
all right.
okay.
Hold on. Let me explain this a second here. Super Troopers 1 was bloody amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Super Troopers 2 was good, but it wasn't better than Super Troopers 1. I felt like it was just like a continuation, and then
they're
just
trying to
making more.
repeat the old
They're
jokes.
making
dude,
more
the
dick
nuance
jokes
of that
and
is what made it good.
stuff like that. I thought it was okay. It wasn't great.
No.
All right, they really
Well,
have to up the ante.
it did better in sales than the first one,
Yes.
so
and
they can make a
That movie
third.
is hilarious, but you have to pay attention to the nuance of it. Like the entire what do you call it? Mounties. That entire group of people playing the Mounties were freaking hilarious.
there.
Will Sasso was on point. The whole scene where they were arguing about like hockey night. You cut off hockey night for this? Great. That movie was hilarious.
I love that show.
And I'm glad they're making another one.
Winona Earp. Winona Earp is really good. I like it.
I don't know. I don't disagree with you, but that it was horrible, Grim. I just think that it wasn't as great as the first one. I thought this one was a little bit of a letdown and wasn't as funny as the first.
I didn't feel like I laughed as much as I did when I watched the first one.
And one of the biggest stories.
Offended by it, Nate.
One of the other stories that did hit was The Simpsons. They had the whole group of the Simpson writers and stuff like that up there. They're talking about like how the show could finally end.
Oh, finally, Jesus.
They have an idea about it, and I love The Simpsons. Please don't get me wrong. I think it's a great show. It's been going on for what, 30 seasons, something like that. But the thing is, like, there comes a time where it's like they're gonna have to create something new and something different that's gonna be like fresh.
Wait. Can
you know how
we don't have a lot of time left. Can we just skip over the damn Simpsons and talk about the show being created by the Simpsons creators?
Well, that's what I'm gonna get to.
Let's just go right to that.
That's what I'm getting to. They're talking about ending The Simpsons, but the creator of The Simpsons did create another show, which I think could be the showrunner for the next show that could.
Isn't it on Netflix though?
Yeah, but that gives it more freedom.
But that's the new
Yeah,
TV.
well, yeah,
that's
yeah,
the new
yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
So what about this new show?
Anybody know what it's called?
I sent it to you guys. I think I don't remember.
I know what it is. It was a cool trailer. It's like,
Well, what's the premise?
this daughter is supposed to marry this guy. It's like, back in the Middle Ages and stuff. And then she escapes.
The premise for you. Picture this, Nate. Okay?
Oh boy.
They're at a wedding. They walk up to the priest to get married, and the priest drops something, and the guy walks over to pick it up, and he puts his head through the stone.
Oh yeah.
On the throne, it's like a throne made of swords, like Game of Thrones, and he puts his head through one and kills himself.
Oh.
But then he says, "I'm still here. You can just slide my head off."
Yeah.
It's called Disenchantment. The latest series from the Simpsons creator Matt Groening. It premieres August 17th on Netflix.
Oh.
And that's the key thing too. It's on Netflix, which means they don't have to censor themselves. Like
I think that's why I think the Simpsons. As much as I love the Simpsons,
it's time to go. Yeah.
It's been going on for a long time. And again, I love the show, and it falls in the same category when it comes to me as South Park and Family Guy and everything, and it's what I would call, and it's a bad example, of Futurama disease. Futurama was great, but after a while,
it just has to end.
It has to end. It has to stop.
The thing with South Park though is they keep reinventing themselves.
South Park, after a while, how many jokes can you do about one topic all the time? And South Park, those guys are geniuses. Don't get me as saying they're not geniuses. I think.
Yeah, they make fun of everything I hate.
Okay, so before we run out of time, though, I want to get into my opinion for the Walking Dead trailer. Cause,
oh, shit. Forgot about that.
So, the one thing that we see is everybody who's read the comics, so spoiler if you haven't read the comimics, it really seems... So, it seems like they are putting Rick in the spot of another character that, is going to get killed, who was killed in the comic book.
Yeah.
It really just seemed the way, just what he's doing in the trailer. And obviously, it seems like Maggie's going to be the one to kill him. Maggie's going to kill Rick, most likely. And Daryl is going to kill Maggie.
That's not going to happen at all.
Hold on, Grim. I'm not done. So, that's, They have Daryl kill Maggie. He becomes the new leader because he's going to be on the show in the future. He's already announced that. He's getting paid $1 million an episode. Which is crazy.
It's freaking sickening.
So
I don't know, I wanted to be on that.
Then they take the storyline a little further. The question is, they're hinting at the Whisperers at the very end, but I'm just wondering if they're going to have Negan perform like a good act by the end of the season, have him join the group earlier than the comic books, or is he actually going to join the Whisperers and then help resolve the problem with the Whisperers, and then he becomes a good guy with the rest of the group like the comic book?
Okay, that's not going to happen. All you have to do is look at the political landscape. Maggie's not getting killed off the show unless she decides to leave the show.
No, she did. She announced this is their last season. She announced it.
Daryl's not going to kill her. Daryl's not going to kill her.
I think Michonne's probably going to kill her if
Think
it's not
about
Daryl.
how many people will flip out and cause SJW bullshit if they have a hillbilly man kill one of their beloved female characters off that show. It's not going to happen. They don't have the balls to do that because they don't want to rile up every newspaper in America. Most likely Rick will die in some sort of event and Maggie will die with him or something like that. Because they're not going to want to do that because it will piss off everyone. And I'm not talking about Glenn piss off, but the whole show will be called, there'll be news reports all over the place the day after to say stuff like, are the writers of The Walking Dead sexist because they let Maggie get killed by a man?
Well, no, as far as...
Can you believe the sexist bullshit letting her be killed by a man?
Well, no,
I'm dead serious.
No, the whole thing with Maggie killing Rick is actually from the Instagram post and Andrew Lincoln and I can't remember the girl's name who plays Maggie. From both their posts on Twitter and Instagram, they've hinted in kind of ambiguous ways that Maggie kills Rick.
I'll go with you on that.
So she's going to end up killing him.
Dude, she might end up killing Rick. I'll give you that. But that's because no one's going to have the outrage on the liberal side if she kills Rick. But she will not be killed by Daryl. That's a guarantee because that will piss people off. Now, Michonne might kill her, like someone just said, because that won't piss anybody off. They'll be happy if Michonne kills her. There'll be stories about strong black women killing off Maggie after she does terrible things.
Yeah.
It's all about context. They just won't let Daryl.
I stand my ground and say that what they need to do is they need to either, if they're killing off Rick and Maggie, they need to end the series, have this other group meet up with the Fear the Walking Dead group in the future, because obviously I don't think the timeline's matched up yet. Have them meet up and then kill off the Walking Dead and say, forget it, Fear the Walking Dead. There you go.
I think personally, for me, for them to continue the series, if they want to do it right, I think they could skip the storyline ahead and have Negan become the new leader of the group.
Okay.
Only if it was they'd have to do a redemption story.
Only because Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I think, is the only one that could really pull it off.
They would have to do a redemption story. They'd have to be a season.
Well, there is a redemption story with the Whisperers. If you've read the comic books, that's Negan's redemption story.
No. What I mean is more than just that. If you want to have a redemption story, the best way I could think of it would be Maggie kills Rick, and Negan kind of realizes that he did what he's in that trailer. He talks about how it's all going to fall apart. And he can't wait to see it. Maybe that shocks his system. He really didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to see Rick go out like that, and that's what turns him. Him killing Maggie would work only because people already hate him. But I still think there'd be way too much just vitriol from these people who can't take a story and write the story.
Only problem with that though is there's only I can't say what character. There's only one woman character Negan's ever killed in his entire history as a comic book, and she was truly a bad person. That's the only woman he's ever killed because he will not hurt women. So
that's what you say.
But so it'd be completely against his character.
Yeah, but that whole show is going against everything.
Yeah.
They're just desperate. Their writers they don't have the balls, and their writers are bad. If they
you're
had
right.
any balls, they would have instead.
And she was truly a bad person. That's the only woman he's ever killed because he will not hurt women. So
that's what you say.
But so it'd be completely against his character.
Yeah, but that whole show is going against everything.
Yeah.
They're just desperate. Their writers they don't have the balls, and their writers are bad. If they
you're
had
right.
any balls, they would have instead.
And she was truly a bad person. That's the only woman he's ever killed because he will not hurt women. So
that's what you say.
But so it'd be completely against.
With Carl's the new leader.
They could just turn it around and make it a freaking dream sequence.
Yeah, or something.
Rick wakes up.
Anyway,
Rick wakes up in the hospital from the first episode.